My name's Emma, and today I'm going to be telling you a personal narrative story about the time that I hiked down a huge mountain in the dark in the rain. So, this was just a few weeks after my high school graduation, and one of my old friends and I decided to get in the car and just start driving north. I used to be a huge camper and hiker when I lived in New England, so this was very common for me to just go with no real plan. So we drove for maybe like 5, 6 hours and actually ended up at the Adirondack Mountains in upstate New York. If you don't know, the Adirondack Mountains are actually more than 6 million acres of mountain ranges, woodlands, and places to hike. So it's a really beautiful place to go visit. So we go to a local campground and set up our tent and our campsite. At this point, it's nighttime, so it's dark. We're setting up our tent and we get in and we decide just to go to sleep because we're tired from driving. So the next morning comes, we wake up, we're enjoying a real slow mountain morning. So we find a local coffee shop, we're exploring the campground, really just taking it easy. That's the whole point of the trip. About midday, we decide let's go for a hike. So we go on Google and we type in best mountains to hike in the Adirondacks and just randomly click one. Didn't read anything about it, saw it had good reviews, didn't read the reviews, but that was good enough for us. So we get in the car and we start hiking, or we start driving, and we pull into the parking lot of the mountain that we're about to hike. So we make our way up, and pretty soon into the hike, we're realizing like, oh, this is pretty hard. This is like a very advanced trail. We're going through streams, climbing up really steep, like mini caves and rocks. It was an intense hike. It took us quite a long while. So finally, we make it to the top. And at this point, we're like just catching the sunset, and it was beautiful. We were actually above many of the clouds. So we were looking down at clouds, going over mountaintops, beautiful bushes. It was the middle of summer, so everything was really in bloom. It was gorgeous. So right as sunset started to go down, pretty much at the same time, me, my friend, and the few others that were at the top with us all realized that we actually have to go back down the mountain now. So we make our way back down the mountain. We are going through the streams, climbing down the rocks. We make it to the halfway marker and it starts downpouring. Like seriously, the rain of the summer. We were soaked within seconds. But it was not a question if we were going to keep going or not. We kept going forward, kept saying, just don't slip, we'll be there soon. Eventually, we made it to my car. We wiped off. I remember racing, jumping in, wiping off, and just laughing hysterically because that was one of the craziest things we've ever done. But you know what? It was actually pretty awesome. So